I'm going to record this because we'll revisit this again for the first time. But Jason's going to talk about your accommodations, folks. If you've got an IEP or 504, you know who you are. So take it away, Jason. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Beth. And good afternoon, everybody. It's nice to see everyone here. And my name is Jason Constantine, as Beth mentioned. I'm the director of the Accommodations Service Center here at MSJC. We used to be called DSPS, the Disabled Student Programs and Services. We changed the name about a year and a half ago, right when COVID hit. So great timing with the name change. But we're on campus basically to provide services, academic accommodations, in-class accommodations for any student who has a qualifying disability. What I mean by that is they have proof of a disability, whether it be through, most high school students will come over with an IEP or a 504 plan. A lot of students sometimes will come to us with just private doctor information, or we give out a form that they can take to their physician, to their medical care professional, psychologist, psychiatrist, etc. Anybody who qualifies with a disability, we want them to come to our program so we can provide in-class accommodations for that individual. What I want to do is just share my screen briefly. I know that we only have 10 minutes for this. I will share my screen and just go through our basic presentation. Okay, and I think here we go. Again, we're the Accommodations Service Center, formerly known as DSPS. And what role do we play in academic success? Again, we offer your in-class accommodations for students with a verified disability. The disability verification, as I mentioned before, IEP, possibly with a psychological evaluation for some students, or a 504 plan. We have medical documentation forms that we take, or we have our own DSPS verification form or ASC verification form, or any doctor diagnosis that you may be able to provide. Let me just go over a few examples of our eligible disabilities, I should say. We service multiple disabilities, and we have a lot of students who have comorbidities where they have more than one disability. And in that case, the way that the state works, they basically want us to choose the disability as the primary disability that impacts the most or provides the most educational limitations. But we provide services for physical disabilities, people that are blind, low vision, autistic, brain injured individuals or traumatic brain injury, learning-based disabilities, intellectual disability, or we have ADHD, which is actually a fairly new category. Same with autism. It's only been the last 3 years that that's had its own category, or deaf, hard of hearing. And then we have, again, mobility-based disabilities as well. Those are just some examples. To join ASC, and this is very important for those of you, if you're familiar with our website and you go to the Student Services Hub, you can find the information. I know that we're recording this, so you'll have that later. If you go into our hub, we're based on the Student Support Hub here at MSJC, and that provides the information. You provide us with the disability verification. There's a drop area for your documentation. The first thing you want to do is enter our lobby to speak with one of our staff members. We have 3 student service associates that are in that lobby daily, Monday through Thursday, from 9 o'clock to 4, and then on Fridays from 8 a.m. to noon. You can speak with them, chat with them, and then they'll get you started in the process to drop in the information first. And then you can see the Cranium Cafe. That is once you have an appointment set up with one of our counselors. First step is to meet online with our staff. They will set you up, take your information, get you to fill out an application, and then set you up with an intake appointment with one of our 3 counseling staff, with our faculty. And that's done through the Cranium Cafe, which you'll receive a link to that. And then you'll enter that, and then it's basically what you do is you have an hour-and-a-half meeting with one of our counseling faculty, and it's a conversation. They look at your disability information, and then from that they have a conversation with you based upon past services that you use, possibly in high school or at other colleges, for people that would transfer in from other colleges, to provide that service, to say, okay, these are the accommodations that are reasonable. We have to provide reasonable accommodations. And then we try to do that with the discussion that we have with the individual based upon the educational limitations that are attached to their individual disability. And these are going to be the accommodations and services. Again, this is very quick, so it's a non-exhaustive list of what we provide. You can see here on the left, We have accommodations, test facilitation. That's usually the most common used accommodation. That basically means you can get time and a half or double time on testing, depending on what you would qualify for, based upon the conversation, also based upon the disability verification forms that we receive, or disability verification that we go over. That would just mean double time would be if you get an hour for a test, you'd be able to have 2 hours for a test. Time and a half means an hour for a test, you'd have 90 minutes, and then so on and so forth, because there's some variation to that. Note taking. In our COVID environment, it's been very difficult. We have Sonocent software. We also encourage instructors to allow recordings and send those to the students who qualify, or you can record yourself. The quality is not that great, but in class, when we're in class, the in-class recording device, you'd be able to take that in class, record the lectures that you have, and then take those home to listen to them again. I myself have a learning-based disability where I use this application. I used that accommodation when I was going to college at San Diego State many decades ago. So I can tell you firsthand that these services do work because I used them myself when I went to college. We also have adaptive media. We have an alt media technician, a specialist, who will work with you if you qualify for alternate forms of media. It's oftentimes we can take books and put them into a format that you can listen to rather than read. And we also have several different forms or different types of alternate media that he can train you with. Facilitated seating. We have students that like to sit front row. We have students back row, right near an exit. We can facilitate that for you and make that an accommodation in your classroom. And adaptive equipment, that goes back to working with our alt media specialist. The services we provide, you can see assistive listening devices. We have that for deaf, hard of hearing individuals. Community referrals, anybody who gets services through the Department of Rehab, we have a direct line with them as well. Alternate media training, we provide that. High-tech training, same thing by our alternate media specialist. And then we work with your instructors, because sometimes there are things that we can't maybe list as a reasonable accommodation, but we try to work with your instructors so that there's some latitude. Again, that's nothing that we can promise, but we work with your instructors to keep everybody on the same page, because everything is confidential, and we would never be able to let anyone know what your disability or student's disability would be without your permission. We can't do that, but so we try to work together with that. And then also for our deaf population that speaks ASL, which is American Sign Language, we do provide sign language interpreters. Again, we look at the whole person, a holistic approach to student success here. And again, you can see the office support staff, I promise, they're very friendly people. We want to create a safe environment because we want the student to come in and feel safe and feel listened to and well respected in our area, so that we can provide the best services by having that dialogue to see what needs that you may have. Counseling and other services, you can see students have a better chance, where it says in here, of seeing the same counselor. And that's just because with general counseling, there are 30 different counselors possibly. Like with us, we have 3. If you have a counselor that you really click with and connect with, there's a much better opportunity that we can get you in with that person. Students need, you'll never need to explain any type of challenges, that you're not going to have to repeat that over and over. We want to create that environment, have that rapport, and we take notes to make sure that we pick up right where we left off. We do provide study works and group workshops once we're back on campus, and those are led typically by one of our counseling faculty and some of our student associates as well. This is our contact information, our website, our link to our lobby. And again, this is being recorded, so that'd be great. But once you get on that lobby, please feel free to contact us in any way. The virtual lobby is best, definitely, because you can get immediate response back through the chat. And again, just to wrap up, our main goal is anybody who has a disability, a verified disability, we would love for them to come and get registered with our department so that we can provide you with academic accommodations. And again, I will say this, I benefited from those greatly when I was a college student, and it allowed me to participate in my class and really put me on equal footing, if you will. Because when you're in the class, our students, all they need is just to have those accommodations and to have some extra support to make sure that they're going to get the most out of the experience and get the most out of their the classroom experience and get the grade that they would like to get, or be able to participate in a way that provides an equal educational opportunity. So that's going to be my area, and thank you very much. I appreciate it. And I'm going to stop sharing now.
Awesome. Thank you, Mr. Constein. We're going to take some questions toward the end, but you know, if there's a couple real quick right now, go for it. Because Jason probably has to buzz out of here. We've already delayed him today, but anybody, that was pretty clear. Just the messages, man, we got a ton of resources for you, and now you know how to find them, I hope. Would you please put your Accommodation Service Center link in the chat, or would you like us to do that?
If you could do that, that would be great.
Will do. Thank you.
I appreciate that.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, thank you again.
Thank you.
Yeah, I can answer most general questions, and I'm sorry about the delay. Thanks for coming.
Oh, it's fine. Thank you very much.
Next, I'd like to present, yeah, goodbye. Thank you. Terry Russell is here from our Veterans Resource Center. It's an award-winning Veterans Resource Center. Yes, clap for Terry Russell. And my presenters, thank you so much. I'm sorry about the glitch. Wouldn't be a proper Zoom meeting, I suppose, if we didn't have a few glitches, but you're here now and that's what counts. So thanks again for coming. Terry Russell, please talk to us about what a Veteran Resource Center is.
Thank you, Beth. Yes, absolutely. Can I get your help also? Could you bring up that one slide that I had sent over to you? There, thank you so much. Yeah, so I'm going to be short and sweet, just like the Marines, in and out real quick. Nobody's going to get hurt on this. So what I want to talk to you about today is what the Veterans Center offers. At the Veterans Center, we provide services to the veterans and also the dependents. And dependents are the children and spouses of the veteran. So if there's anybody out there right now, we are your one-stop shop. We do everything, the counseling, the center is a one-stop shop for financial aid, for counseling, and for all matters of anything related to MSJC. So if you want to, and I know that there's quite a few people out there right now, but everybody knows somebody, right? So if you want to, take a picture of this screen, and there, as you see on the right-hand side in that gray box, is all of our contact information. And you may know somebody whose parents were in the military, and you're like, hey, you should see this place that MSJC has. It's like a clubhouse down there, and it's called the Veterans Resource Center, in which when you reach out to us, we'll bring you in, we help you do your application. We kind of walk you step by step, everything it takes to get enrolled at MSJC and to answer any questions that you may have. And like I said, this is for veterans, dependents, and people that are affiliated with the military family. So with that said right there, I'm open for questions. It's a pretty simple thing, and I don't want to go into a lot of details because a lot of this doesn't pertain to a lot of people. Because did you know that just 1% of the nation ever serves in the military? So we're talking about 1% or less of MSJC's population will be able to take advantage of these benefits here. So if you are one of those people or you know somebody, please share this information with them. So I'm open for questions here for a few minutes. Okay. It doesn't look like there's any questions. So Beth, I'll go ahead and turn it back over to you.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for being here. Further to student success, I'd like to present our experts from our Learning Resource Center. We like to abbreviate everything at MSJC, so you might often hear it referred to as LRC. This is super important as well because in college, it's very common that we sort of go to class and then go study together in a group, or maybe there's a project that you've been given or you want more clarification. The instructors only have an hour and a half or two with you. Go get clarification from our tutors. And I want to hear today about how we are here even virtually for you as a tutoring center at 10 at night, apparently, right? It's been a while since I've been in class, but there's even, so I'm going to hand it off to Dominique Duarte, am I right? And forgive me, I already said I don't remember anyone's title. So please introduce yourselves and tell us about the LRC.
Yes, I'm here with Maria Kino as well. We're both the tutorial service specialists for the district. I work out of the San Jacinto campus, and we're gonna definitely show you how, our webpage. I'm gonna let Maria introduce herself, and we'll go ahead and show you how to get navigated into our services.
Hello, everybody. Yes, Maria Kino from the LRC at the Menifee campus. And yeah, Dominique and I work together, and we're going to show you how to get to our services and show you how easy it is to find us on the web. because that's important. All of our students, we're just a couple clicks away. So we're going to share screen.
Share here, give me one moment. So I am here on our main webpage, msjc.edu, and real quick from programming classes, we are over here under tutoring and academic support with the Learning Resource Center. On our webpage, you can go ahead and this main page, you can go ahead and go to our tutor schedule to see, you know, what type of tutoring we have available and what time. And it is through Canvas. As a student, once you have your Canvas account, you'd be able to get in through there. And then we also have our virtual lobby where at any point within our office hours, Monday through Thursday, 8 to 5 and 8 to noon on Fridays, you can meet with one of our front desk and admins. We have Connie and Jen that will be able to help you navigate to a tutor, provide general questions for our services. And then also if it's, you know, after hours, you can send us an email. All of it is right here on our homepage, and then we go ahead and navigate out. Go ahead and take it away from here, Maria.
Okay, so if you can see, we've got several links and several services for our students at MSJC. One of the important services that a lot of students don't know about, we provide jobs for our students at MSJC. Up there is the link on how to become a peer tutor. You jump to that page, it'll have all of the requirements to become a peer tutor. Then there's also a link to our application for our students and a link for our faculty to give them a recommendation once they've had at least one semester of classes. So that's a really good thing. We're going to make a big push, a big effort. We just came up with a new, a somewhat new position in the LRCs. We're going to have greeters and lab aides. And so that's going to be some more positions that we'll have available for students to get jobs on campus. And so we're going to be sending out shout outs to different departments with those links to those applications. But then the other thing that we have is for our tutor schedule, where we really are trying to make us just a few clicks away. Is that working?
No, sorry, send me to my Canvas.
Okay, so we have our tutor schedule here. We're going to go ahead and play you a video from our tutor so they can talk to you guys for a second.
This beachfront Furbo is about to become part of an unforgettable vacation.
Can you guys hear that? Like, do I have it so that when I share this without it? Okay.
Yes. Hello, welcome to the Mount San Jacinto College Learning Resource Center online tutoring. Our students benefit from peer tutoring from someone who has already taken the class and possibly with the same professor. We also tutor most of classes offered at the campus. We now offer audio and video capabilities, and most importantly, it's free. Now here are some of our tutors.
Hi, my name is Devin, and I'm a writing, statistics, and child development tutor. Seeing students experience that aha moment during a tutoring session always brings a smile to my face.
Hello, my name is Ben. I'm a writing center and math center tutor at Mount San Jacinto College, and I like being a tutor because I like to give back to my fellow students.
Hi, I'm James. I tutor math. What I love about the LRC is that we can offer quality virtual tutoring even though there's a pandemic going on.
Hi, my name is Tracy Hill, and I'm one of the online tutors here at the Learning Resources Center. I enjoy having the one-on-one video chats while being in the privacy of my own home.
So we have.
Hello, my name is Mary. I am the technology mentor for the LRC. The Learning Resource Center provides you with a welcoming and supportive online environment. We're here to help you achieve your academic goals and commitment to lifelong learning through diverse and active learning experiences. We also include collaboration with peers, tutors, and our MSJC faculty.
Hello, my name is Aaliyah, and I'm currently a tutor and a mentor for MSJC. The LRC's resources include being able to drop off a question, dropping off a paper for review and extra help, studying with friends or classmates, and being able to have that one-on-one video or voice chat with a peer tutor. If you ever feel that you're stuck or need an extra help or guidance, you can come and visit us Monday through Thursday. We are open from 7:30 a.m. to 7 p.m. And on Fridays, it's going to be from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. Hope to see you soon.
So we're trying to make more videos like that, and more informational videos from our tutors to the students to make it more welcoming. But we have the tutoring for them in Canvas. And like Dominique said, we have peer tutors. So they're MSJC students who have taken the teachers from MSJC from 8 o'clock in the morning to 7 o'clock at night on Monday through Thursday, at 8 to 12 on Friday. In the summertime, the hours will change from 9 in the morning to 5 at night. Keep an eye on our web pages for those updated hours. But then also, like Beth was saying, 10 o'clock at night. Well, we have Net Tutor that's within our tutoring, within Canvas as well. They're a professional group of tutors that are linked in with our with the software that we have that are 24 hours a day. So you can find a math tutor or a writing center tutor pretty much 24 hours a day. And then you can also look for those chemistry tutors, statistics tutors, environmental science tutors, and they have a different schedule, but it's all in your Canvas shell. And then we also have Star California, where you might be meeting with another peer tutor from any community college in California. Our Star California tutors, we have a couple of tutors in there, but also the other community colleges share that. It's the IOE, the IOE. Am I saying that right, Dominique?
I believe
OEI.
There you go.
It's the OEI. They got that started through the chancellor's office. So there really is tutoring 24/7. If you go jump into your Canvas shell, and like they said too, about dropping off a paper and dropping off a question, we get students who drop off papers and questions at midnight, 3 in the morning, and it's waiting for the tutors in the morning, and they respond to those papers and questions. So it's all about getting our students to the services they need in the Learning Resource Center online. And as we come back face to face, we're really excited to see everybody come back.
Yeah, and as you guys come and have your journey at MSJC, through the LRC, we also have supplemental instruction, which is a different type of program. It's support within your classroom, the class that you're taking, with a student that has already taken that class. And then we also have embedded tutoring, which is similar to SI, but it does have, those tutoring components for your class. So when you're working with your counselors, make sure to ask them if they know what classes, or look to us, our LRC email, our Connie and Jen in the LRC, to let you know what classes we will be having. Embedded tutoring, SI, are great components for you as you go through your journey and getting that support, as well as their tutors, which are more on your time, not so much associated with your class. Thank you.
Very nice. Learning Resource Center, clap for them. Yeah, this is a paid position on campus for students, am I right? So if you're looking for on-campus jobs and you are that expert in Spanish or your field or your major, we love you to be a tutor. You hear the lecture differently than the next student, and it just helps to study together and bounce things off a mentor or a tutor. So thanks again. Well, without further ado, we have a pathway for foster youth and other resources for financial aid that we need to hear about today. Please, from our counselors in the Extended Opportunity Program and Care and Guiding Light Program, Ms. Heather Jones is here. Thank you.
Thank you, Beth. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Heather Jones, and I'm currently the interim director for EOPS Care, Dreamers, and Guiding Light. Ultimately, EOPS and our care programs, our Dreamers, our Guiding Light programs are designed to provide support services that are above and beyond what the college currently provides for our underserved and underrepresented populations. Our EOPS program is a state-funded program that allows us to be able to provide book grants, drawing a blank, covers the fees for our services that are not covered by the California Promise Grant, as well as many other services to our students. And so to be eligible for EOPS, we require that our students be a California resident or meet the AB 540 California Dream Act requirements. You must be enrolled full-time, which is at least 12 units. However, we do collaborate with ASC to provide waivers to students who may need to be under units. We also have the opportunity to provide an EOPS counselor waiver to students who realistically, based on their life responsibilities, may not be able to carry a 12-unit load. And so for a new student coming in, we can waive you down to at least 9 units. Our students must also be receiving the California Promise Grant A or B. However, for our foster youth and dreamers and our other high priority student populations, if you have a California Promise Grant C, you may still apply and request an appeal for myself, the director of the program, to review and reconsider you for being eligible for the program. Also, along with that, most of our students experience some type of educational or socioeconomic disadvantage as outlined in Title V. And we also have our students not have completed more than 60 degree applicable units. So we really try to give you an opportunity to come into our program to receive the support services needed to complete your degree or your certificate or whatever you may be pursuing. Again, we provide academic, career, and personal counseling. We also assist with the Guidance 116 testing fees. We do collaborate with the LRC in getting connected to tutoring services. We offer priority registration as well. So this means that you get to register on the first day that registration opens for the semester. As I mentioned before, we provide a book grant, which is typically about $250 each semester. That can ebb and flow because these funds are based on your unmet need, which is determined by financial aid, as well as the funding that we receive from the state. We also cover all fees that are not covered by the California Promise Grant, which is the SGA sticker, the parking permit, the health service fee, the transportation fee. And then we also assist in you getting waivers for applying for transfer. So within the UC and the CSU systems, when you're applying, there's questions very specific to EOPS that waive that application fee for you. We also collaborate with community partners such as CalFresh and other agencies within DPSS to connect you to resources that might be best suited for you. Along with our EOPS program, we have our CARE program. So our CARE program is for single parents who are head of household and who are receiving cash assistance through CalWorks, TANF, including Tribal TANF, and AFDC funds. You must be an EOPS student in order to be eligible for CARE. Our goal with our CARE students is really to provide that additional support to help single parents reach their goals, obtain their degree and marketable job skills to break the cycle of poverty and not being dependent on county aid. And so if you or someone you know might fit this criteria, please reach out to us. Within the CARE program, we provide support services that are then above and beyond what EOPS does. So in addition to the counseling, the EOPS grants, you also will receive support with automotive maintenance repair. So for example, let's say you need a smog check. We can help you with that. We will reimburse you. If you had work done on your car, you need a little additional assistance, like your transmission went out or something like that, we can, again, reimburse you for up to $250. We also provide childcare grants to our students, a graduation pack, gas cards, and meal cards. And we also provide additional assistance with educational supplies and an additional book grant if needed. Again, all of our financial supports are based on program funding, state funding, and your financial unmet need that's based on your FAFSA information. To be eligible, again, you want to complete the EOPS application, answer the questions related to CARE, which will let us know that you could potentially be eligible. To contact our EOPS and CARE programs, you can reach us at the EOPS office at msjc.edu. And I will also drop that information in the chat. Currently, we're available Monday through Thursday, 8 to actually 5:30, and 8 to 12 on Fridays. We also have support services for our undocumented students, our dreamers. Currently, it's not an established program, but we do have support services, programming, and additional resources in the community that we are able to connect our undocumented students with. One of the big ways that we support our undocumented students with book grants and financial support is by bringing them into the EOPS program. We have a partnership with Tonic Legal Services that provides legal consultation to not just our students, but to the employees of the college and community members as well. Lastly, we have our Guiding Light program for foster youth. Guiding Light is new to MSJC. This is our third semester of implementation, and Guiding Light was really designed to provide innovative and transformative support services to encourage our foster youth and one, to feel that they have community here at MSJC, but also to help mitigate the basic needs and insecurities that most of our foster youth experience that keep them from being successful in their academics. And so in Guiding Light, we support you from A through Z. So whether it's completing the application, whether it's enrolling in classes, whether it's completing the FAFSA or the Chafee grant, whatever you need support with from before getting here to MSJC, during your time here at MSJC, graduation, and even after graduation, we're here to support you. And it's really the same with all of our programs. And so with Guiding Light, we provide counseling, academic advising. We connect you to college support programs such as ASC. You heard from veterans. We have a lot of intersectionality for our foster youth with many other programs and clubs here on campus. So we work really well together with many of the other individuals you'll hear from today. We also provide one-to-one life skills and crisis management advising because we recognize that sometimes the things that our students are bringing to the table have nothing to do with academics. And so we are prepared to support you and connect you to resources if necessary. We have a robust community support directory. We have relationships with Oak Grove, Mill Nation, Foster Nation, the Pitzer Foundation to provide additional support services. Like with Mill Nation, you can text a number and say hungry, and you will receive 60 days of one hot meal a day. So it's little things like that that we try to ensure that you get connected to support you. We also, again, connect you with the Chafee Grant and the John Burton Book Fund. And these things are all in addition to what EOPS provides. So if you're an EOPS and Guiding Light student, then you have maximized benefit. So to apply to Guiding Light, it's a very simple process. We try to make everything very simple. When you apply to MSJC, you report your foster youth status on the application, and then we reach out to you. Currently, Gerardo is our counselor, and as the interim director, I kind of help coordinate the program. I also do a little counseling when I'm able to. And one of the things that is really helpful for you coming into the college, if you are a current foster youth and you have your dependency verification letter prior to your appointment, it will really kind of help fast track some of the support services that we can get in place for you. However, if you don't have it, it's okay, because we can help you get it within 30 minutes of your appointment. And so it's all good. We got you. To reach Guiding Light, you can email us at guidinglight@msjc.edu. Again, I will drop this in the chat for you to have easier access to as well. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you so much for that information. That's amazing. And boy, you really stayed on track. That was a lot of great information, and it was easy to understand, at least for me. So I hope the students found it helpful as well. With that, and I thank you for being here and sharing that information. The state of California does such a good job of providing fantastic resources for students. So I'm really glad everybody's here to share. We'd like to connect now with our career education department with the director of that program, Jenny Hughes, and Cal State San Marcos's Elizabeth Erickson, who will talk about what we call a 2+2 program, and I'll let them tell you what that is. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much for having us. We appreciate it. So we prepared just a really short presentation for you to kind of give you an idea of what career education is. So as Beth mentioned, my name is Jenny Hughes and I am the Director of K-12 Partnerships. I've been with MSJC for a number of years within career education, and I find that it's a very valuable option for our students. And I'm very excited to also share with you information about our 2+2 program. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and we hopefully will get started. Okay, can everybody see my screen? Thumbs up, perfect. Okay, so my name is Jenny Hughes and I will get started as long as it lets me go forward. There we go. So what exactly is career education? Career education is an opportunity for students to earn both associate degrees, certificates, and what we call employment concentration certificates. And what that does is it provides students the option of either coming in and taking classes that are dedicated to the field in which they're interested in and getting straight into that workforce by earning a certificate or an employment concentration certificate. Or it gives the student the opportunity to earn an associate's degree either for transfer or straight into employment. So we like to give you options. We like to prepare you for both college and career, and we make sure that our programs meet both the university and our employers' needs. So we're trying to set our students up for the best success that they can have. So one of the biggest benefits of career education is their student support. So one of those things that we offer is career exploration. Many times students come in, they know that they want to gain a higher education, but they're not quite sure what it is that they want to do. So with that, we give them opportunities through counseling and other options to do some career exploration. The other thing we offer is our career and education planning. So you can go to our counselor and let them know, hey, I'm interested in digital media. I don't know where to start. So those counselors can walk you through the options of either the certificate or the associate degree. You want to let them know, hey, I'm looking for something quick, or I'm looking to transfer, and they'll work with you one-on-one. One of the things that I always mention is seeing a counselor is something that you should do every semester. So you want to make sure that when you're talking to the counselor, you come back every semester before you register. That way you know, hey, something might have changed. Maybe your degree major has changed. Maybe those options have changed. So you want to make sure you have the most up-to-date information. We also support our students by offering those technical and the soft skills. And what I mean by that is you're also going to get that education along with the hands-on information you need. So you're going to be able to go to that employer and say, not only do I understand the skill that you need for me to do this, but actually I've had some hands-on experience. We do that in a variety of ways. We give, during non-COVID time, field experience opportunities. We have a makerspace, we have labs, we have all the assistance you need to be the best prepared. We really encourage networking. We know that a lot of times not all jobs are posted. So sometimes you're going to find out about a job through an additional student, through a peer, perhaps your faculty. We do have a job developer and a placement coordinator that's along to help you get prepared for that next step when looking for a career. We have opportunities with LinkedIn Learning and job support. And those materials and those job strategies are offered to all students. So we offer pathways of study, and I'm just going to leave this here for a minute, but within these pathways, we have our individual degrees and opportunities. So we have anything from digital media, water technology, automotive, engineering. If you're interested in criminal justice, there's so many, I actually can't name them all, but keep in mind when you're exploring those pathways of study, when you go to our website, click on them. There's actual videos for each one of them that will tell you a little bit more about those pathways. And then that way, when you go and you meet with that counselor, you might have a little bit of an idea of, hey, you know, I might actually be interested in accounting. What kind of business degree would I get with that? One of the biggest things that we offer for our students to really support that college and career readiness is the opportunity for internships. So we have multiple internship locations throughout our district, which is 1,700 square miles. This is just a very small snippet of what they are. And we work with these employers to give our students the opportunity to take those skills that they've learned in the classroom and really put them to work. So these internship locations can be within your discipline or area of study. You can, if you go through our internship program, which is the Cooperative Work Experience Education Program, you can also earn college credit for your internships. So again, keep in mind as you're going through your program, you can get that job experience, that work experience that employers are looking for while you're gaining your education. We also have an apprenticeship program. Right now, it is sitting with our automotive program. The best part about apprenticeship versus internship is that it's a paid program. So you are essentially a paid full-time employee, and then you're taking classes at night or during the day aside from your employer's times. So this is an opportunity for you to get those hands-on skills and that education at the same time and get paid for it. Whereas most internships, you're just working for that college credit. Right now, our automotive program is very expansive. It's out at our San Jacinto campus. And as we move on, we're looking to do apprenticeships with other disciplines such as water technology, child development, and hospitality and culinary. So as you come into the college, go to our apprenticeship website or email that email address that's on the screen and ask questions, because these are programs that will be up and coming in the next few years. So with that, this is information about our 2+2 pathway. So I'm going to let Elizabeth take this part of it over. And when she's ready, I'm going to let her share her screen.
Thank you, Jenny, and thank you, Mount San Jacinto, for inviting me to be here today. I'm Elizabeth Erickson. I'm the Assistant Director for Student Services at Cal State San Marcos, helping to oversee the Temecula branch campus. A lot of people in the region are not aware we do have branch campus in Temecula to help serve the Southwest Riverside region and all the students that live and work in this area. So the 2+2 Business Pathway Program, it's a very unique program, even on a national level. It's a very awesome partnership between Mount San Jacinto Community College and the Cal State San Marcos Temecula campus for students who are pretty determined to finish out their business pathway, wanting a Bachelor of Science Business Administration. And as several people in this meeting that I'm seeing their faces go on to get their MBA after when they've gone through the program. So the program was started several years ago. It provides students the opportunity to have guaranteed seating and really streamlined academic advising the whole way through, which is a little bit rare. A lot of students, when they're going to college, whether 2 or 4 year, just sort of guessing classes and hoping they're on the right path. But with the 2+2, they spend their first 2 years at Mount San Jacinto Community College with an advisor guiding them on the exact safe classes to take. And when they complete the program, they walk out of MSJC with multiple associate degrees, both in business and economics, as well as the full general education certification. So even if they decided not to come to Cal State San Marcos Temecula, which is our goal, but even if they decide not to, they have full Cal State University General Ed certification, which equips the student to be prepared transferring to any of the 23 CSUs. If they do decide that they want to continue for their Bachelor of Science, the second portion, they would spend their second 2 years at Cal State San Marcos Temecula with all of our business faculty. The students that have gone through the pathway have guaranteed admission to Cal State San Marcos Temecula. It's a transfer admission guarantee. And they also have their application fee waived. As we know, when students apply to UCs, Cal States, most colleges, they need to pay a separate application fee for each place they apply. So for the Temecula campus, we waive their application fee if they've been in the 2+2 program. When they transfer to Cal State San Marcos Temecula, they also have guaranteed seating in all of their classes, which is very unique. The business administration major is impacted on most campuses in Southern California. It's such a popular major because it opens up so many career directions for students. It's one of the things I love about the major is people can take it in a lot of different directions, but because of that, it's popular. So even on the main campus of Cal State San Marcos, or if students are looking at San Diego State, Long Beach State, Fullerton, some of the UCs, business is heavily impacted, meaning even if they're admitted to the university, they have to apply separately to get into business status. And then there's usually more students trying to get seats than there actually are seats or classes for. So we know that that usually extends the students' time in school. So the benefit of transferring Cal State San Marcos Temecula is students have guaranteed seats. It's a set pathway of classes to make sure they only take exactly what they need. They have academic advising with our team to make sure they take just the right classes. They're in smaller classes with their faculty. All of the faculty are main campus Cal State San Marcos business faculty. So we're not just hiring anybody off the street to run the program. These are the College of Business Administration faculty, most of them doctorate level from main campus, and they're very committed to our program in Temecula. So they come and they teach the courses. I know that with the career focus that Jenny was mentioning, it's also extremely important in the 2+2 pathway, both in the first 2 years and then once they transfer to our side. We want to make sure students are getting those real world skills, opportunities for internships, networking. We do have what's called BOSS, the Business Organization for Student Success, which is a recognized organization through the university. They work closely with executive and residence team. Those are professionals that have worked in the corporate or very successful industries over the years, and they serve as consultants to students through Cal State San Marcos. So our BOSS business students in Temecula have that as well. If I can share the screen, I was going to show really quickly a screen for senior experience. Hopefully I get the right one showing. Are you able to see? There's a guy. So senior experience is a signature program at Cal State San Marcos that started many years ago, and all business majors, both on the main campus and in Temecula, are required to complete this by the time they graduate. I will pull up, there's a list of the, trying to see the link for previous programs that students have done. Let's see, past projects. The students basically take a course in their senior year, and it's called Business 495, where they serve as consultants for real life businesses and industries. They do that for the entire semester, and the companies are very large companies. I'll just scroll down so you can see some of these. We have like Viasat, some of the big wineries and casinos, and then sometimes there's smaller companies as well that might be new startups, and they want students to help serve with, you know, just a fresh student lens while they're going through their coursework of how to maybe get started with some marketing, building their new organization. But you can see there's a lot of large ones as well. So the Temecula students that go through the 2+2 program, they have the internship and networking pieces on the front end at MSJC. Then they have the guaranteed admission to the Temecula campus. And once they come over, they have guaranteed seats with our program as well. Very, very strong established faculty. And then they get to participate with senior experience. We also have study abroad. It's an option for business students. It's been on hold this past year with COVID, but they're hoping to have it revamped in the upcoming year once travel restrictions are lightened again. So the students go to Europe, and I believe they travel around 4 or 5 different countries over the summer to visit some really large business hubs. And it's led by some of the business faculty. So there's just a lot of great opportunities. If you have students, or if you're a counselor working with students who you think are very business minded, I think the most important things to know are if you're getting started, perhaps a student coming right out of high school or graduating in the next year, this program really is intended for a newer college student, not someone who's necessarily coming in with, you know, five or whatever semesters of classes behind them. And so the link here, which I'll share in the chat box in a minute, kind of shows the students how to get started on the MSJC end. There's always some contact information provided if they want to reach out to the current coordinator is Shauna Larson. But the coordinator at MSJC would review if the student is a good candidate, if they do seem serious-minded about wanting to stick with business as a major. Students do need to be full-time in the program, and it's so that they actually complete in the 4 years. So again, I can share those links with you, but it's really, really a unique program. It saves students a ton of time and money over the 4-year span. And also for students that live in this region, they're not having to commute as far down to San Diego, out to Fullerton, things like that. They get to stay closer to home and save a ton of time and money. So I appreciate you letting me share about that. And again, I will put the links in the chat box. And I'm not sure if anybody has questions for Jenny or I about the program.
Yes, definitely share your resource in the chat. Thank you so much. And you've given a very nice overview of a great opportunity. So I know MSJC Counseling supports you, and keep the info coming. We love to hear updates from you all the time. It's great to connect again with you, Elizabeth.
Thank you, Beth.
Thank you. Next, I'd like to introduce the opportunity to get involved in clubs and student government. We have so many ways to get involved in college life, and we work really hard, but we have some fun too. So with that, we have Kevin Baker with us today, who would like to talk to you about wonderful leadership opportunities, and let him describe that. And then we'll hear from Honors Enrichment, PTK, and with Eric Oslins and Christina Yamanaka. Thank you so much, Kevin.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. As Beth said, my name is Kevin Baker. I'm the director of our Educational Talent Search program at our San Jacinto campus. And I serve as an advisor for a student club. It's called AMEN. And this club focuses on our men of color in general, specifically reaching out to our African-American males to provide a space for them to come and create community, get to know one another and have a space where they can come and ask questions that, because sometimes for men, we need just a space where we can come and we don't have to worry about how we say things, how we do things in there. They can just, ask the questions. I try to provide them with some leadership experiences in there. I want them, as students come to campus, getting involved in clubs and organizations is another way for them to learn some skills to take into the workforce. I know that Jenny mentioned, the apprenticeship programs, internships, you learn some specific skills in theirs, but as part of a club, you learn what they call the soft skills. How do you communicate effectively in meetings? How do you run them? How do you, plan events? And those types of soft skills that you don't necessarily get in the classroom, but you can develop those as you participate in these clubs. And then you get connected with the campus, you meet and make a lot of friends. And so, I wanted to come on and just make sure I encourage you to, you're coming there for your education, but getting involved in clubs and organizations, learning how to do some things in there is a part of that education that will provide you with some skills that you can then take into the workforce. And so with that, I encourage you to get involved and you'll have fun. That's all I have, Beth. If they have any questions, I'm more than happy to answer any questions, whether it's about the clubs, whether it's about college life, my path here, my path through education. I'm open. I enjoy speaking with students, and so that's why I volunteered to serve as an advisor for the club. And I don't know if Moshe has spoken yet today, but I do make sure we partner with the other clubs. Moshe is one of the student clubs that a lot of the guys will be a part of. Also, I'll partner with Puente and FYE. We're just all working together to make sure that the students are successful here and reaching their goals.
Indeed, and I will share the link on our MSJC website, Mr. Baker, that shows. I'm so impressed how the clubs have all shared links. I saw your name there, and I tell students, I know if you reach out, they'll reply back. So that's the idea. You've got everybody on this Zoom that loves students, and including Eric Oslins, and loves the program he runs. Please, let's hear from Eric.
All right. Well, also, Christina Yamanaka is my fellow co-director of the Honors Enrichment Program. As Beth said, I'm Eric Oslins. I'm typically at the Menifee campus, and Christina's going to chime in here in a little bit, and typically at the San Jacinto campus, although if you have questions about the Honors Enrichment Program, you can reach out to either one of us, as well as Angelica Anderson, who's our fantastic administrative assistant and knows so much about the Honors Program and is a former Honors student herself before she went on and got her bachelor's and master's degree. So super, you know, lots of people that you can reach out to, lots of support. So I'm just going to talk really quickly about, you know, kind of what is the Honors Enrichment Program and how do you join? And then Christina is going to talk a little bit about why you should join and some of the benefits. That's the fun part of this. The Honors Enrichment Program is really an academic program. When you apply and are accepted to the program, what you are expected to do is to sign up for at least one honors course a semester. Some students choose to take 2 or 3, but we just ask that you take one. And in that honors course, and these honors courses are part of most kind of GE pattern courses. So you can find them almost every academic discipline and quite a few of our career education disciplines as well. So this shouldn't, especially if you're coming in as a freshman, this shouldn't add any more time to your time at MSJC. That's not our goal. We want to fit seamlessly with your education plan that you build as you're coming in. And taking the 5 courses that are required to complete the program should be pretty straightforward at that point, because like I said, we are in a bunch of different academic disciplines. What will happen is when you're in an honors class, you'll meet with your professor and work on an enrichment project, right? So you're going to be in a class with a bunch of other students who are taking the regular section. You're going to do all the work in the regular section, and then you're going to engage with your professor and your fellow honor students on projects that are going to allow you to dive deeper into the subject matter, take a look at various specific parts of the subject matter that really intrigue and interest you. Some students are worried that this extra work is going to make things tougher or take longer or any of those types of things. And most of our students report to us that in fact, it's really the opposite. By working with the professor and engaging with the material at this higher level, the entire class begins to make more sense. It provides greater context. And students report that they end up actually perhaps working a little bit less on the regular section. Now, of course, they are still working on their enrichment projects as well. But there's, you know, as Christina's going to talk about, there's a lot that you can do with those enrichment projects just beyond the course itself that you're taking. So the other thing that we do is we try to surround the students. You've heard this over and over from all these other programs with a lot of support. We've got workshops and we've got honor student mentors and Christina, Angelica, and myself. So there's a lot of support that exists out there for you as you are working on these honors enrichment projects. The way that you can find out more information about our program and access the application is by going to our website at www.msjc.edu/honors. I think Angelica's probably already put that in the chat, but it's super easy. You just put honors at the end of the honors or the MSJC email address or URL. And then find the application, fill it out, make sure you include the personal statement. That's the part that most students might miss when they submit the application. There are 4 different pathways for high school students coming into college. Probably the 2 most likely are using your high school GPA. We just ask that you have a 3.5 or higher, or a letter of recommendation. If you've been taking some concurrent enrollment or dual enrollment classes, you might have a professor who could write a letter of recommendation. So even if your GPA is a little bit below what you think our threshold is, but you are super excited, please do apply. We often say that we're not in the business of accepting honor students. We're in the path of creating honor students. So even if you don't think that you're quite, your GPA is quite at the level, but you're very intrigued by what you're hearing and what you're reading, please do reach out to us and consider applying anyway. There are multiple pathways that students can use to get in. So I do want to let Christina talk for a little bit about some of the benefits of being in the Honors Enrichment Program.
I think one of the big, and thank you, Eric, that was a great overview of the program, and talked a lot about the eligibility requirements, what an honors class would look like. I think one of the greatest benefits is that you're really joining a community of support. And in fact, there's 4 of us here in this Zoom call right now. Eric is here, the co-director from the Menifee Valley campus, myself from the San Jacinto campus, Angelica Anderson, who's our administrative associate who goes between campuses, but also Renisha Warren, who's one of our honors counselors, who's amazing. And she has been a big supporter of honors and has worked consistently with a lot of our honors as well as STEM students. So you may see her in the future if you join honors, and we really do ask that you go to see an honors counselor at least once a semester to stay on track with your own academic progress. And so I think one of the things we just wanted to mention is Eric kind of touched on this idea that when we hear honors, sometimes that can be a little bit intimidating. We don't necessarily imagine ourselves as actually being honor students. We may not have a 3.5 GPA. And so we really just want to emphasize that there's multiple pathways into honors. Eric mentioned one of them being the GPA, the other being a letter of recommendation, and a third actually is a portfolio of your work. So that portfolio could be, for example, essays that you've written in one of your classes that involved research. It could be a video of you performing. If you're an artist, it could be examples of your own artwork. So whatever you think really demonstrates your own abilities as a student is something that you could submit as part of a portfolio and you would pair that actually with a meeting with either myself or with Eric. So really kind of think about honors as an opportunity to build on the skills that you already have and to really further develop those so that you can be successful, not only in your honors courses, but in all the courses that you take at MSJC, and that those will carry forward with you as you move into your own professional career and you transfer to a four-year institution. Honors is also a program where you can highly benefit from joining honors even if you wind up taking one class. You heard Eric mention completing the program, which has its own host of benefits, which include transfer partnerships with four-year institutions and making you competitive also for scholarships. But having even one honors class on your transcript will help make you stand out as compared to other students as you go on to transfer. Your transcripts are going to be examined when you apply for things, often like scholarship opportunities as well. And being able to say that you've really engaged in something in research and taken ownership of your own process of learning through that research can be really exciting and dynamic. Students who are in the honors program sometimes also go on to present their research at academic conferences, something that we don't necessarily imagine ourselves doing until we're in graduate school. Some of our honors students will publish their work. They're published authors. We also have opportunities for students to use honor spaces on campus where they can build that community and study with other honor students and have study sessions. We also have, as part of this program, a lot of different opportunities to really develop leadership skills. We have honors mentors who are a huge reason why our honors program has been successful because of the events that they host on campus for us. So it's one of the programs I think that really will help you develop as a student and will really help you also make connections to your peers and to your faculty members. Renisha or Angelica, anything else you would want to add on your end?
I would just say that it's a great program. If you can try and get involved from the very beginning, I think it's more beneficial when students can come in. There's many students that have a great GPA coming straight out of high school. And if we can get you started and get the 5 classes completed, I think it's more beneficial. And obviously it looks great on your application for transfer. So as a person that worked for UCI just about a year ago, and all I did was process applications, honor students stick out, right? So it's a big deal and definitely apply to our program. It's great. Thank you.
Yeah, I would just like to say on that same note, it's like, oh my God, don't think you're going to do this by yourself. We are here to help you. In fact, I always say, you know, even if you have questions about any of the other programs at MSJC, if you have any questions about the college as a whole, just reach out to me. I'm always willing to help. I love to help. We do have all of our contact information in the chat. Hopefully you get a hold of that real soon. But if I were to explain the Honors Enrichment Program to anybody, it is support, support, support. You will have support all the way around. Whichever way you look, we'd love to help. So look for us when you come here.
Indeed, there's so much extra guidance to the Honors Enrichment Program, and I've seen it year after year, students be so successful and realize, oh, that wasn't too bad. So, and a lot of help. So thank you guys. I'm so grateful that you're here. And I'd love for Renisha to add what is Umoja, because Umoja is, well, I'll let her tell you about it, and I'll share my screen a little later when we talk about clubs and student government. But Renisha has a lot of great information about other leadership opportunities through and this learning community, Umoja. Thank you.
Yes, yes. And I'm also a counselor for Umoja, so I'm kind of all over the place. But that's a good thing. So our Umoja program is for our African American students, again, to build community. As Angelica mentioned, it's all about support, support, support. So there are 2 counselors. There's myself. My name again is Renisha Warren. We also have our coordinator, which is Dr. Bing. He's in charge of the program, but we have some great things that we try to do for students to make sure that you meet your educational goal while you're here at MSJC. And one of the things, if I can share my screen, one of the ways, can you see my screen, hopefully? Let's see here. The PowerPoint, can you guys see the PowerPoint? Yes, okay, good. One of the things that we do as far as the program benefits, we help with career. Obviously, we help you plan academically, and we also obviously do personal counseling because as Kevin Baker mentioned, some students, it's not just career goals. Students are also dealing with personal issues as well. So we try to create a safe place for students to come and be able to meet with us in our offices there. We also have dedicated Umoja classes. Each semester we'll have Umoja classes just for students. We're trying to create a cohort for those students, at least 2 to 3 classes each semester. So again, building that community, getting to know your instructors. And then I'll kind of get into meeting with us also once or twice a semester. We also have conferences that we always promote and we have our students attend. We have field trips to UCs and Cal States. That way you're kind of aware of the atmosphere of the university you would like to transfer to. And so those are a couple of benefits that we have. How to become an Umoja student, it's here at the bottom. There is the link on how to apply. I will leave it in the chat area as well, but you would just complete, obviously, an MSJC Umoja application. You would attend an Umoja day, which is normally will probably be in the summer. We will have you update your educational plan each semester, and then you will meet with us, myself, or Dr. Bing twice a semester to make sure that you're keeping on track, and any services that we can provide for you, we will be doing so. And for the first time this year, we will be having an actual ceremony for our Umoja students at the end of May. So this is our first one. I'm super excited, very busy, but super excited. And these are just pictures of different events that we had on campus when we were there, and we will continue to have events as we move forward. So please, 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 if you're interested, I will leave the information in the chat area. Thank you so much.
So fun. I mean, like you could go to class and go home, but how fun is that, right? You'll make lifelong friends. This is a chance to be a part of something huge, seriously big. There's so much work being done at the community college and specifically at MSJC. I'm so proud of our students and of the work you do, Renisha and Christina. Thank you so much. Angelica, for your support and for being here. Stick around. We have our last presenter if you'd like, or you can go if you have to. You've been also patient, and thanks for your support again today. Maricela Magana and Suzanne Ortega, who are my co-hosts, are part of Student Life and Development. But Maricela is going to talk about student life, how to get involved. Jose Hernandez is one of our advisors. Join student governance and clubs, start your own club. I'll let Maricela tell you all about it. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all for joining in today. I'm Maricela. I am covering for Jose Hernandez. He created this great presentation for us to view today. So I'm part of Student Life. And along with myself, I have our associate Dean Maya Cardenas, who oversees the department, Jose and Suzanne Ortega. So what is Student Life and why get involved? So given that, this pandemic has really turned our campus upside down, we have really try to find ways to be innovative even through this online virtual reality that we're living through. So we've continued to offer our student life events online, but we're hoping to be back to having our, as you see here in this picture, our events on campus. So student life offers opportunities for students to have not only an enriching classroom experience, but outside of classroom experience. And this is all done through student engagement. We can put on some great events, but if students don't participate, then that's something that we're definitely wouldn't make us who we are. So the more student engagement we have, the better our events turn out. And then by getting involved in student government, and since we oversee the SJA, we also encourage our students to go ahead and be a part of our SJA to help build on their professional skills. And what is SGA? So that's an acronym for Student Government Association. And it's a group of students that come together to address and manage a wide range of events, activities, programs, policies, and initiatives around the college. So it's students representing students. Any MSJC student can apply to be part of the SGA. We're currently right now holding our elections, and then we also will have the appointment process that happens anytime throughout the semester. So we really encourage students to go ahead and get involved. And again, even though we're navigating this pandemic, it's still really important for students, I say now more than ever, to be involved and be a voice for their students in order to help navigate especially these really difficult times that MSJC students are having to navigate by learning online. And these are just more of our virtual meetings that we have. SJA meets every Friday. We had our last SJA meeting last week. So we basically wrapped up this semester, but we look forward to resuming in the fall. Interclub Council, you'll recognize that as ICC. The Interclub Council is a program within Student Life that oversees all of our MSJC clubs. And here you will see a list of some of those clubs. Now, these clubs might range per semester or by year, because the clubs have to go ahead and recharter and get all of those things in order. But more than likely, these are clubs that you'll see at our campus. And so sometimes there'll be more, sometimes there'll be less. And again, if you don't see a club that you're interested in joining, students are encouraged to go ahead and start their very own club here on campus. And then it's super easy. The steps to start a club here at MSJC are listed on this PowerPoint presentation. Students must recruit at least 5 other students that have an SJ sticker. SJ stickers can be purchased on campus at the bookstore, but of course this is now changed because we're working remotely. And then students must have a club president and ICC representative. They have to look for a faculty member to serve as an advisor for that club. It could either be a classified staff or an administrator that can serve as club advisors, but they must be paired with a faculty member. So we need somebody to basically have oversight of this club. And then students will complete the club charter online application, and that is listed here. That's a link to go ahead and start the club charter. And then they must attend the ICC meetings, which happen each week to remain active as a club. ICC meetings are held once each week. They could either be morning or afternoon. We try to accommodate student schedules, so we'll have 2 ICC meetings. Fall dates for those will be coming up. Students will also have to attend a club orientation meeting, and basically those are all the steps you need in order to start your very own club here on campus. And if you have any questions on how to start a club, please go ahead and email our department, sldp@msjc.edu. And once you do start your club, if you're looking forward to, host events and all that good stuff, we are, great at hosting these events and marketing and really helping. So we'll be there to support you each and every step of the way. And then these are some of the events that were held by our club life. As you can see, there's different clubs. Some of them have nicey banners and tablecloths. But this is Club Rush, and this is a great way for clubs to promote and gain additional membership. So if students are walking on campus, they can reach out to these various tables and ask more questions and and see if whenever the club meets aligns with their schedule and works out. And as a student, it's great to ask questions, right? When you're on campus, if you see something going on, just ask away. I think that's what we're here for. We're happy to answer any questions. And then normally these booths are staffed by some of the students that are in that club. So they're eager to go ahead and recruit additional students to their club. So never be afraid to ask away. So that concludes my presentation. We have a lot of events and we help support different other entities in you know, planning and preparing for events. So we're all things events related in SLDP, as well as all things related to SGA and clubs. So there's a lot that comes under the umbrella of SLDP. So we encourage you all to remain in touch, follow our social media handles to learn about future events coming up and just to be involved. And if you have any questions, please go ahead and connect with us. We've shared our email, and I'll go ahead and share it again in the chat. But other than that, that concludes our presentation. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Maricela. So you see, we work hard, but we have some fun too, and get involved, and it builds your resume, looks good on that transfer application. Lots of ways to be successful at MSJC. So thanks for joining us at this resource fair. I hope you found it helpful, and welcome, New Eagles. Bye.